Hi, my name is Lowell Taylor, and I live in Lethbridge, Alberta. I'm a paracyclist with Cycling Canada, racing tandem bikes. I am the current national time trial champion, the national kilo record holder, a 2-time silver medalist at the Lima Para-Pan Am Games, and I'm a Tokyo Paralympic hopeful. My wife and I, Julie, were also on Season 4 of The Amazing Race Canada.
Hi, we're the Ericksen family. We live in Vancouver.
My brother and I have Usher syndrome. We are slowly losing our vision.
No, my sister and I have Usher syndrome. We are slowly losing our vision.
Hi everyone, my name is Donovan Tilsley. I am a 35-year-old 4-time Paralympic athlete in the sport of swimming from Vancouver, BC.
Hi, my name is Michaela Kahn.
And my name is Delaney Kahn.
And we're from Tiny, Ontario. We have retinitis pigmentosa, which is causing us to lose our vision.
Hi, my name's David Johnson. I'm from Victoria, BC, and I'm a 2021 Paralympic hopeful. I have retinitis pigmentosa. This causes me to lose my vision over time.
Hi, my name is Dylan Vivek and I live in Mississauga, Ontario. My discipline is cycling, and I do track and road cycling, and I plan on going to Worlds for both of them.
Bonjour, mon nom est Mario Lapointe de Gatineau au Québec. Je participerai le 20 juin prochain à Cycle for Sight pour ramasser des fonds pour la recherche sur la vision.
Hi, my name is Victoria Nolan and I live in Toronto. I am a Paralympic rower. My team and I won bronze at the Rio Games, and we are Tokyo 2021 hopefuls. I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is an eye disease that is causing me to slowly lose my sight.
I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is causing me to lose my vision. I'm participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 because cycling and vision are two major parts of my story.
In the month leading up to Cycle for Sight, we as a family have committed to ride 120 kilometers.
As a participant in Cycle for Sight for the past 6 years, I'm looking forward to once again getting on my tandem bike, along with good friend Paul Wetmore.
We are participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 to help find vision cures for our children and others like them.
Je serai accompagné de mon ami Bruno Beauparlant de l'équipe Vision d'Espoir. Nous allons parcourir 100 km en vélo.
I'm excited to be joining riders from coast to coast to Cycle for Sight and help find cures for the thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
We are excited to be joining riders from across the country and Cycle for Sight today to help raise funds and find a cure for the thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
I'm participating in Cycle for Sight 2020 because I want to raise awareness about the thousands of young Canadians living with vision loss and show them that anything's possible.
We're excited to be joining riders from across Canada today for Cycle for Sight to help find cures for thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
I'm participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 because it is empowering to belong to this community.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Let's get research moving forward.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Excited for the ride. Let's get riding.
Stay safe and have fun. Let's go, Canada.
Let's get moving, Canada.
Hey, let's go.
Have fun with your Cycle for Sight today. Bye.
Good morning / early afternoon to everybody who's joining us. It's just after 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. for our friends in Newfoundland and Labrador. Welcome to Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 in support of Fighting Blindness Canada. I'm Ramya Muthan, and I will be hosting today's event. We have a lot of things happening today, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. I'm a co-chair for the Fighting Blindness Canada Young Leaders Program this year. And though things this year are shifting constantly, it's given us great opportunities to adapt, like this one. And I'm really, really loving these virtual accessible experiences. So happy that you're here with us today, all across Canada, in your living rooms, on your screens, as we recognize the cause for expanding vision research through promotion of being active, no matter the time, no matter the situation. I mean, you're all doing this from your homes, maybe outside. That's amazing. And we're all in it together right now. We're focusing on the positives, and you being right here, right now, you're taking this time to really connect. You're putting away all your hesitations, your thoughts, your maybes, your what ifs, and you're committing to be here at the moment. So we're so thankful. Thank you so much. And you're supporting FBC, and you're supporting the community, and that's in whatever capacity that's possible for you. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm coming to you live from Toronto, and we're excited to have more than 500 people joining us and participating today all across the country from coast to coast to coast. We have a great event planned for you, and that includes indoor cycling classes, movement and yoga sessions, as well as a Zwift ride and some very special appearances. This is the 12th annual event, and Cycle for Sight will surpass $5.7 million in total funds raised this year alone for critical vision research. And it's all because of dedicated participants, donors, and sponsors like you. So thank you so much. These funds are going to be supporting critical vision support and research in Canada. And it's going to bring us one step closer to finding treatments and cures for the over 1.5 million people living with vision loss. Thank you to everyone who has fundraised and donated, and you've helped us reach, at the moment, $329,279 so far. If you haven't had the chance to make a gift yet, we're still accepting donations. We're going to be accepting it all day today, all day Sunday. I'll give you more information on that. But please feel free to give whatever you can, whether that be $25, $50, $100, whatever you can give, we're accepting and appreciating. You can click on that green donate button and help us get to our goal. Thank you so much. Remember that the more you raise, the higher your chances are to win an awesome Broil King barbecue valued at over $1,300. That is amazing. Who isn't barbecuing right now? I mean, seriously, who isn't barbecuing? I had my first barbecue last night, planning to barbecue all through the summer. And if you raise $1,000 or more, you get some really cool Cycle for Sight swag. And I got some Cycle for Sight swag. That is a tongue twister. I didn't think about that. I got that swag on me right now, so you get the chance to win as well. We really want to recognize at this moment the Cycle for Sight champions. Shout out to you guys. These are people who've raised $1,500 or more. And you can find your names in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So keep an eye and ear out for your name. And thank you for being a champion. Let's give it up for our current top 3 fundraisers. At the moment, these are changing, so if you're a little competitive and your name's not on the top 3 yet, there's still time. Click on that donate button. Ann Morrison at $23,545. Christina Henderson, $20,855. Bert Henderson at $14,110. The current top team, Handu's Heroes at $46,135. The Crankers at $42,664. And Anson and then some. I love that. $18,467. Thank you so much. Give it up for these amazing supporters. And of course, like I said, there's still time to get donations in and shake up those leaderboards, guys. So if you're kind of competitive, especially for an amazing cause, click on that donate button. We want to give a shout out to the 36 volunteers across the country who make up the 4 regional Cycle for Sight planning committees, and particularly the newly created national committee, Warren Cooney, John Doherty, Ginny Duff, Laura Feltz, Christina Henderson, Mitch Camille, Amy Kavanaugh-Penny, Carol Lithwick, Lawrence Penny, David Sweeney, Joanne Taylor, and Charles Wexler. Thank you so much. You're exceptionally committed volunteers. We appreciate it. A round of applause. We're keeping the thank yous going here, guys, because we're so appreciating everything that you do for us and are doing for us at the moment today. Our incredible sponsors, most notably Murphy Batista LLP, Cal Tire, the Oppenheimer Group, and a huge thanks to Bear. Hello, Team Bear. for their very generous support. Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 cannot be possible without the support of your amazing companies and organizations. All right. We want to hear from the Cycle for Sight community, each and every one of you, by the way. So please comment and tell us how you're participating with pictures, with videos, social media. Use the hashtag Cycle for Sight, and remember to make your posts public so that we can hear from you, we can see it, and be as creative as possible, because you could win a Cycle for Sight Spirit Award. That's still up for grabs. So I was telling you that I am a co-chair of this year's Young Leaders Program, and this has been an amazing opportunity for me. I've met so many people, and I met this one individual, one of my first Young Leaders Program in Vancouver. That was last year. And I met this individual. He sat down at a table with me and was like giving me all this amazing information on vision loss and vision treatments and possibilities for treatments, endless amounts of information. And by the end of this incredible interaction, he introduced himself as the president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. That is Doug Earle. He has a message for all of you out here today. Let's take a listen.
Welcome and hello. I'm Doug Earle. I am president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. I hope everyone is keeping safe during this pandemic. We really appreciate everything that you've had to do in order to participate with our virtual Cycle for Sight today because of COVID. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of 7 million Canadians who are living with blindness or have an eye condition that puts them at significant risk of losing their sight. You are offering them hope. You're offering them hope because you are raising funds through Cycle for Sight in order to fund the best, most promising vision research in the country. It was 46 years ago that Fighting Blindness Canada was formed. At that time, we didn't understand the biology that led to blindness. We didn't understand the role that genes played in causing blindness. There were no treatments, no cures. Well, times have changed, and that's thanks to donors and events like Cycle for Sight. We are in a dynamic research environment. For example, 100,000 Canadians who are living with age-related macular degeneration or diabetes-related vision complications are receiving a regular eye injection that is stabilizing their sight. And just this year, in 2020, Health Canada is reviewing the first sight-restoring treatment for an inherited retinal disease. It targets one of the 280 genes causing an inherited retinal disease leading to blindness, and we are working very hard that it will get approved in Canada so Canadians can access this treatment and restore their sight and set the precedent for future gene and cell therapies to do the same. So on behalf of 7 million Canadians, thank you. Thank you for your efforts to fund critical vision research in this country. You are making a difference.
That was a message from Doug Earle, president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. And he was joining us from Toronto with that message. Just have, a 5-minute conversation with Doug if you ever get a chance, and you will learn so much. Ava Henderson is an incredible young woman who lives with vision loss, and she also had a message to share with us today. Let's listen to that.
Hello, my name is Ava Henderson, and I'm from BC. I have a retinal disease that causes blindness. I was diagnosed with Stargardt's at the age of 6. Being diagnosed with an eye disease is very life-changing, especially during school. I was pulled out of the classroom every day to go learn Braille. Being pulled out of the classroom, it made me feel isolated and different than the rest of my peers. I'm currently in grade 9 and still having to learn differently than everyone at my school. I'm often hesitant to tell or to talk to people about my eyesight because I don't want them to treat me differently. Fighting Blindness Canada is very important to me and my family, especially now that my younger brother Chase has been diagnosed with Stargardt's about 2 years ago. Fighting Blindness Canada raises money and awareness for people living with blindness all across Canada. I know what it's like to feel different and to have people look at you differently and to have people underestimate your abilities. This is why Fighting Blindness Canada and all your support gives me hope for a better future.
That was Ava Henderson with a message from Vancouver. Wow, we're really going from coast to coast to coast today, like I said. And what an amazing story. Thank you again for everyone who's raised funds and made donations to help give a bigger and better future to people who are living with blinding eye diseases. I have a vision impairment myself, and my condition is called Leber's congenital amaurosis. I learned to spell it when I was in grade 5. It's a recessive genetic eye condition, and my parents were both carriers of the RPE65 gene mutation, and I was born with my eye condition. The only one affected in my family, my immediate and known family. I have 2 younger brothers who are now carriers of this genetic mutation. I'm 27 now, and when I was 15, I had the chance to travel to the United States to take part in a gene therapy clinical trial run by the University of Pennsylvania. And they gave me a teeny tiny injections of the non-mutated RPE65 gene into the lower left quadrant of my left eye, which is my worst eye. And surprisingly to myself and my family at that time, this treatment was able to restore some of my lower peripheral vision. I have horrible night blindness, absolutely unreliable peripheral vision. And after this gene therapy experience, and because of the incredible research built into my specific kind of vision impairment, LCA, I've experienced, even if it's a small amount, restoration of my vision that I never knew I had or never imagined that I'd have the opportunity to feel and experience. And people in the medical and research end of things are constantly learning and constantly figuring more and more out about blinding eye conditions. And that's why your donations and your support and your belief in the absolute probabilities that we're continuing to move forward with finding and honing in treatments for blinding eye conditions is incredible. And that's why people like myself and like Ava and others like us are appreciating every single thing that you do in support of finding more research. Thank you so much. You can still make donations to help FBC fund vision research by clicking the donate button on your screen, or you can also visit at any time, donate.cycleforsight.ca. So, are you all ready to get moving? Because the opening ceremonies and all the other appreciation and everything is awesome, but on top of that, you are here to get moving. So we've got some awesome exercise program options for you. There are 3 buttons on your screen, and they are accessible with Screen Reader if you're a Screen Reader user. It's located above this video stream. And you can click on the program button that you'd like to participate in, and then you can get started. The indoor cycling button is a fun and motivating indoor spin workout with the always energetic Mike Porter, located in St. John's, Newfoundland. And the cardio and yoga button is a strength and cardio movement session with the highly experienced Marla Ericksen from Ottawa, Ontario. Marla Ericksen from Ottawa, Ontario. And the Zwift ride will challenge you. That's another button. That's the 3rd one. Will challenge you in an interactive indoor cycling ride, like a bike ride, led by Pan Am cyclist and Paralympic hopeful Lowell Taylor, located in Lethbridge, Alberta. So everyone all across the country has given these opportunities to us to try out today and get moving. And if you're participating outdoors, remember to have fun, be safe, and check back in with us just before 1 p.m. Eastern time for our closing ceremonies. And remember to take pictures. I'm really encouraging you to do that because we want to know why you're cycling for sight today. And on social media, remember to use the hashtag #CycleForSight and make your posts public. Remember that Spirit Award. It's still up for grabs. And we're welcoming comments as well. Let us know what you're doing and where you are by clicking the View Chat button below this video stream. We're going to have a quick intermission after we finish this session of physical activity. That's going to be broadcasted on all 3 channels. And here we go. Choose your activity now, and let's get moving, everybody. Have fun.
Hi, my name is Marla Ericksen. I'm an integrative fitness, yoga, and wellness professional coming to you today from my studio here in Ottawa, Empower Me Yoga. Welcome. I'm thrilled to be a part of the Cycle for Sight event this year. You know, when people come together with a common goal in their heart, a willingness to sincerely help and support, generate energy through movement, that miracles are possible. Even though we need to do it through the safe environment of a virtual reality, energy can transcend all of that. Today we're moving in order to benefit Fighting Blindness Canada. While the cyclists are out there hitting the streets or enjoying a spin class, I'd like to offer a mindful movement experience. Something that everybody and anybody can enjoy, and there's no equipment necessary. Let's get started. Let's begin by bringing the palms together in front of the heart, standing tall and proud. A soft smile on your face. And I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, purposely shifting our awareness from the external to the internal world. Feel your breath. Softly smile as the in-breath flows and the out-breath goes. Sense the feeling of the body breathing. Feel into your heartbeat. Maybe you can even sense the echo of your heartbeat. And now connect with your deeper inspiration and motivation for being a part of Cycle for Sight today. For showing up, for being here, for contributing, all in service to Fighting Blindness Canada. Releasing your hands to the floor, we'll begin with some nurturing sun breaths. So powering up the legs, pressing through and rooting through the feet. Spin your palms up, reach to the palms meeting overhead. And as you exhale, guide your joined hands down the central channel, back into the heart. Breathe in, reaching up nice and tall. Breathing out as though you're coming home to the heart center. 2 more. Deep breath. Soften your face. Allow a gentle smile to emerge. And 1 more time. This time, inhale, take the arms wide open. We'll pause here for a moment, imagining that you're harnessing all of the nurturing energy of the sun, gathering it into your being to support and sustain you. Bring the arms back up together. And as you exhale, spin the palms out. Start lowering the elbows, sinking down into a squat and sending your hips back, feeling the elbows come right into the waist. Pushing through the feet. Bring the arms in front, almost in a gesture of offering. Clench your fists. Sink down and really pull those fists back and hug the elbows together as you sink. Allow the arms to extend behind you. And then like a little bit of a wave, you forward bend as the arms come down to the floor. Curling up one vertebra at a time. The hands come back to the heart. We're going to make a big scooping motion like you're trying to gather a specific quality. Maybe it's love, maybe it's patience, maybe it's compassion. The hands roll back on each other and come back to the heart space. We'll repeat this a few more times. Inhale, wide open, receiving the sustenance of the sun. Arms come up, and then we open up and sink back, waking up the body. Push through the feet, making an offering gesture. And as you do so, actually tap into this sense of what you're offering today. Clench the hands, pull the elbows back, sink down. Let's lift the heart. If it's okay for your head and throat, open the chin up. Extend the arms behind you. And then like a great big wave, rolling forward, letting the arms go towards the floor. And then curling up one vertebra at a time. The palms meet and come back to their home in front of the heart. We take in a gesture of gathering, drawing it back in. The hands fold in on themselves and rest back to heart. Enjoy the movement now that you know it. Breathing into it, let it live in you. Don't worry about whether you're doing anything wrong or right. Reach those fingers up to the sky. Open the palms, sink down. Squeeze the elbows into the ribs as you send your hips back. Strong legs as you stand. Bring the arms into an offering in front of you. Clench your fists, squeeze, arch the back up, stick your buttocks back, open the throat. Extend your elbows so the arms are behind you, and then a great big sweeping motion falling towards the floor. Then curling up one vertebrae at a time. Palms come back together and meet at the heart. Let's take another round. Breathing in, opening to all the sun offers us. Reaching tall, creating as much space in your body, then sink back. Feel some arch come into your low back. Hip weight back, elbows tucked. Strong legs as you stand and make your offering. Clench the fists. Sink down again. Pull the elbows way back. Open the heart space and open the throat. Extend the arms back. And a big wave rounds the spine towards the floor. And you curl up, vertebra by vertebra. Hands coming back to center in front of your heart. Soften your knees. Close your eyes and feel. It's likely that you'll feel your heart beating a little faster, stronger. Perhaps your breath rate has increased. Maybe there's a sense of a shimmering energy empowering you. If keeping your eyes closed at any times is disconcerting or you lose your balance, by all means, please feel free to just peer forward and open your eyes a sliver. Interlacing the fingers in front of you, bringing the feet right together. Let's inhale, lift the heart, and bring the hands to the heart. Again, opening the chin and throat. Exhale, press everything away. Bow the head right down and towards your chest. Stand, inhale, open. Exhale. Hunch and round the spine. Tuck your tail under you. Again, taking your time in these movements. Feeling whatever shows up to be felt. Bowing in. And again. From here, bring the arms overhead as you stand up. Turn the palms up to the sky and hug the elbows strong so you're really feeling the activation in your arms. As you inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes. Feel the muscles hug the bones in your legs and slowly lower the heels. Again, inhale, rising up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, rise up. And lower the heels. Let's take one more round. Hug those upper arms. Don't worry if you lose your balance. And come back down. Taking the arms behind you now, interlace the fingers behind your back and see if there's any possibility of extending your arms. If not, you can just keep your joined hands at your low back and squeeze the elbows backwards. So from here, we're going to inhale and again come into a standing arch. Let the head go back and open the throat only if that feels safe for you. Then bending the knees, let's hinge forward. The hands come up behind as you extend your legs and come into a forward bend. Feel free to keep the knees slightly bent here if that would serve you better. And if your low back is complaining, you can let go of the arms altogether. Fold your hands onto the opposite elbows and brace them atop your knees for support. Whichever version or expression you're in is perfect. Feel your breath move through this shape. And from where we are, we'll push into the feet, come back up to standing. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, stand up tall. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Take the arms behind. Open up into a little bit of a back bend. And then we ease down into a forward bend where we remain for about 3 long, deep breaths. Then slowly coming back up. Let the palms meet in front of your heart. Transfer your weight into your left leg. Bend your left knee. Pull the navel back to support your spine. Raise the right knee. Feel the balance challenge. It's okay if you topple over. Just get up and try again. If you can, exhale and extend that leg behind you. And if you need to lower that toe to the floor for balance, by all means feel free. Then we're going to bring the knee back up and place it on the floor. Transfer your weight to the other side. Let's lift bend the right knee first. Then lift the left knee. Slowly extend that left leg behind you. Bring the knee back up. Place the foot on the floor and stand. Transfer your weight into the left leg. Sink down, nice and low. And you can either just keep your right toe on the floor here, or you can lift the knee. You can choose any of the options. Extend the leg behind and keep it airborne, or feel free to put that toe on the floor. Bring the knee back up. Place the foot on the floor and stand. Transfer your weight into the right leg. Sink into the right leg. Find your foundation here. Raise the left knee. Extend it back. Slowly bring it back in front. It's okay to be shimmying, shaking, trembling. That's all a good sign. Press the foot back to the floor and stand. Bring the hands to the heart. Close your eyes. Soften the knees. Pause and feel. Likely that you're surprised at how hard you're working, even though we're moving very slowly. Bring your hands back to the center again. Take your weight into the left leg, sinking down. You're going to take your right foot out in front, draw a semicircle till it's all the way behind you, draw the semicircle back, close the distance between your feet, and stand. Sink down nice and low. Extend the left leg out. Give a nice semicircle all the way back. All the way back in front. Feet together and stand. Beautiful. Let's repeat that. Sink. Right leg out in front. The toe stays on the floor as you come around. All the way back in front. Feet together and stand. Good job. Sink. Extend the left leg. Semicircle right back. All the way around again. Close the feet and stand. We're going to add on to this just a little bit. So sinking down, slide the right foot out in front. Let's take that semicircle and slide the foot a little further over. See if you can press that heel down, and let's take the arms up. You can straighten both legs, so now there's all kinds of twists and interesting things going on in your body. Sink down and forward again. Find your weight on your left leg, and let's see if we can bring that right foot all the way back around and ground it. I know, interesting, huh? Sinking down, left foot out front. Big circle right around, seeing if you can take that circle all the way behind the other foot. Ground that back leg. Push into the front leg so you're standing and you're twisted, arms up. Lots of interesting things going on here. You're all good. Come forward and down. Bring your weight into your right leg and slowly transfer everything back so you can bring that leg around and back to the front. Good job. One more time each side. Sink. Right leg out front. Circle it around. Ground the back foot. Reach up to the sky and straighten both arms. Sink back down, twisting to the front. Ground that front leg. Find your balance and circle the leg back home. Feet together and stand. One last time, guys. You're doing great. Have a seat. Extend the left leg. Circle it way behind you. See if you can extend that back leg. We're going to push up, squeeze the inner thighs together, and sink down again. Transfer your weight forward and into your right leg so that you can find your way around. Bring it back and center it. Nice job. Let's open the feet hip width apart. Soften your knees. Release the arms and begin to just let the torso move of its own volition. So your arms aren't doing the movement. Your arms are kind of just hanging out and coming along for the ride. Gentle movement of the spine. And see if you can turn your head to look behind you each time. Lots of breath. If you feel like sighing or letting go, by all means do so. Eventually coming back to center. See if you can close your eyes before the movement fades. Taking your time and eventually coming to a still point in the middle. Keep your knees softly bent. You're going to feel disoriented here. Almost as though you need to open your eyes to confirm that you're facing forward. That's okay. All of the inner world is adjusting. The oscillation will continue and eventually it will dissipate. And then you can open your eyes. Let's place the hands on the lower belly. We're going to turn the heels in and sink down nice and low. Keeping the hands in this shape, let's bring the hands up overhead and sink down lower. Pull the elbows in as you stand. Let the arms join overhead. Stay low in your squat as you bring the hands back to your belly. Low squat, reaching up. Squeeze the elbows in. Hands meet overhead, and the hands come back to the belly. Beautiful. Sink even lower if you can. I know. Inhale, bring the arms up. Stand. Now the legs get a little bit of a break as you squeeze the elbows in. Back down again, hands to your lower belly, and one last round. Let's sink it down a little lower if you can. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze and stand. Feel the power you're generating in your lower body, your core, reaching up and lowering down. Sweeping the arms up one more time. And bringing your hands back down to the belly. Excellent work. Heel toe the feet in just a little bit. Let's slide the hands down the legs as you sink and back up. Good. Encouraging depth in the hips. Give yourself a little smile. You may notice that your face, your tongue, and your jaw start to accumulate the stress. It's like your face and your tongue and your jaw are trying to do the class. So the most easy way to alleviate all that tension buildup in the face is by smiling. Good. And let's have one more. Turn your feet forward so that the feet are parallel. Bringing the hands to your hips, roll the shoulders back. See if you're open to arching back a little bit. Imagine that there's a pulley attached to your breastbone here, and your favorite heavenly body literally has your back. Trust that. Let your heart open and let all the good qualities in you flow out in the world to make the difference. The world needs us now. And then lifting back up to safety. Release and hug everything forward. Tuck your tail underneath you, bow the head, and hunch the shoulders and the elbows forward. Beautiful. Soften the knees. Bring your stance a little closer. Hands to the lower belly. Breathing in, take your right arm up. Exhale, a strong side bend across the body. Up again, and hands to the belly. Left arm up. Nice deep breath, stretching over. Lots of opening through the side body. Come on up and back down. Feel expansive as you inhale. Open and stretch, keeping that top arm super active, guys. Come back up and in. Breathing up. Extend over. Opening back up and in. Pause here. Close your eyes and move into feeling from the inside. Sensing from the inside, listening to the inside. They say that this kind of mindful presence is what connects you to all that you cherish, all that you consider important, and all that is meaningful. We're going to move through a beautiful cycle of movements that are called the poses of empowerment. So as we move into each pose, I'll ask you to really connect with the essence of the particular word that represents that pose. Let's breathe in. Gather all the beautiful energy that the universe has to offer. Flow it down the center of your body into a deep squat. Splay your fingers like there's little lightning rods of energy reaching towards the core of the earth, coming as low as you can. This pose of empowerment is called grounding. Feel that sense of being grounded, connected to the earth. Then let's turn that prana. Come up to standing, and we center all of that energy so that it can be absorbed and integrated into our bodies, into our minds, into the field of thought and emotion, insight and intuition. Centering. The next pose of empowerment is lifting. So we reach the arms up as high as we can. If it feels okay for you, you can come way up onto your tippy toes. That adds a little balance challenge. And ground your heels. Energy having been elevated, we're going to sweep over to the right into a gentle lunge. Bring your right hand palm up to the base of your spine. This is called the gate of life. And the left hand comes to your shoulder. This pose of empowerment is called embracing. Pause here for a moment. Feel this self-embrace. Breathe into it. We're going to spiral the left arm up and over. You're going to pivot, bring your weight to bear on your left leg, and hold your arms like you're holding a very precious orb of energy. And you can either keep your back foot on the floor or you can actually lift it. This pose of empowerment is called balancing. In life, we have to balance all of the dualities, vulnerability in order to know stability, weakness in order to know strength. And gently maneuver your hands so that you're changing the perspective of your orb. Bring the right foot, ground it next to the left, facing the diagonal corner. Hands come to your low back. Push through the heels, open up and arch. This pose is called expanding. Breathe and expand. Open up to this benevolent, loving universe. And now coming back to standing, bend your knees, take your hips back, fingertips to the forehead, and bow the elbows down towards the knees. This pose of empowerment is called returning. In our lives, we're required to move out of our comfort zones and come back in. It's like a gentle sway of a pendulum. Periods of community, like right now, and then periods of solitude. Both are necessary. Releasing the arms, curling up slowly, opening back to the center. And the final pose of empowerment is called releasing. Gently back to the belly. If any of you are wondering why our hands always come back here, this area of the body is considered the energetic center. One of my teachers calls this the elixir center, this space where our physical lives and our physical practices and activities meet, merge, and mingle with our spiritual aspirations, for those desires to be a good person, to live well, to be safe, to have all of our needs met. So we really want to attend to cultivating this energy, constantly renewable resource of love and light. We'll come through the sequence again, breathing in all of the generosity the universe has to offer, sliding the hands down the central channel, sinking your hips as low as you can get them as you sparkle those fingers down towards the crystalline center of the earth. Feel the power in your legs here. Let's turn the prana, life force, energy, and center it. Many of you have had times in your life where you're ruled by periods of chaos. And learning how to bring that into periods of calm. All these dualistic ways of needing to live in our physical world. They're not bad and they're not good, they just are. So, always knowing you can come back to your center. Then we also want to elevate the energy. Lift, extend, squeeze your legs, come up onto your toes if that's available to you. And this time we sweep over to the right. No, sweep over to the other side. Excuse me. Let's come back to lifting. And this time sweep left. Bring your left hand palm up to your sacrum, the low back. This is known as the gate of life. And then hug yourself with the other arm. Pause here in this self-embrace. Feel your own capacity to self-nurture, self-soothe. Let's reach the right arm up, spiral up and over, bringing your weight to bear on your right leg, finding that precious orb, and coming into perfect balance, maybe lifting that left leg. Reorient your orb, cultivating more balance and symmetry. Place the left foot beside the right. Press into the heels, hands to the low back, expanding. Feel your heart open, your energy expansive. Knowing that your existence is not limited to just the human form. You are much more than that. Having exposed ourselves, we'll come into a period of returning, bending the knees, fingers to the forehead, elbows to the knees. And feeling safe and secure here. Release the arms, curl up. We open back up to the center and sink down, releasing the energy back to source. Coming to this seed stance where the hands are in front of the belly. And stepping your feet together. Release the arms, and I'd like to offer a little bit of a fun thing here. Start to shimmy and shake. Feel all your little cells move. You can even make funny noises like I am. Ooh. Feels really good. Sends shivers. And then release. Shake everything. Let it go. And bring your hands to your heart. Feet together. Smile. Pause. Feel. Allow what you're feeling to be felt. Let the thinking mind relax. You don't need to justify or fix anything. And as we conclude our mindful journey together today, holding the goal of raising some funds to allow more research to reach more people, to help those who have any version of eye impairment. Remember, though, that even though our physical eye
You're going to leave us as we are in deep pain. Climb up a volcano. Have a good break. Thanks again for joining Cycle for Sight.
Everyone's doing such an amazing job. How are you guys feeling? How are you doing? Well, we'll tell you, you're doing amazing. Just hearing Lowell Taylor there doing the Zwift ride with a bunch of people who've signed up and are doing live sweating right now. That's what's going on. You guys are doing fantastic. We're so happy that you're joining us at the Fighting Blindness Canada Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020. And the fundraising total so far, it's still climbing, is $342,689.63. So thank you. Thank you for everyone who's contributed. And if you haven't already, please donate to our cause by clicking on the green donate button or visiting donate.cycleforsight.ca to support Fighting Blindness Canada. You can also, this is my favorite part, buy some really cool swag like a Fighting Blindness Canada Iris hoodie or hat by clicking the Purchase Now button, or you can go directly to merch.cycleforsight.ca and get your merch there. All the proceeds, of course, go to Vision Research, and the merch always sells out at the West Coast Cycle for Sight event. So get your merch on, everybody. Lots of merch to go around here. We're going to have a special shout out now to some individuals who have raised over $2,500 or $2,500 or more, starting with Roan Ensign, sorry about that, Roan Ensign, Caroline Ensign, Mary Ashbourne Smith, Stephen Blanchard, Andrew Burke, Tom Kasich, Jerry Chevalier, Warren Cooney, Ellen Den Otter, John Doherty, Jenny Duff, Christina Henderson, Burke Henderson, Susan Joe, Peter Kurtz, I hope I'm saying that right, Peter Kurtz, Mario Laponte, Ann Morrison, Leah Mosconi, Alexis Nickerson, and Jim Phillips. Thank you all so much. $2,500 or more. We were shouting the individuals who've done that fundraising. And we're going to check in now with Cycle for Sight Newfoundland co-founders and co-chairs, Amy Kavanaugh-Penny and Lawrence Penny. Welcome, Amy and Lawrence. Do we have you guys?
Hi, yes, you do.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, we're glad to be here.
We're so glad you're checking in with us. I miss you guys at Newfoundland. I haven't met you two personally, but I've been to Newfoundland and I love it over there. How's the weather over there in Conception Harbor?
Well, it's a perfect rainy, mozzie Newfoundland day. A great day to do a ride indoors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, here in Toronto, it's sweltering hot right now, too. So anyone who's riding indoors is probably like, yeah, this feels great. Lawrence was joining Lowell Taylor and is joining for the Zwift ride today. I'm hearing how that ride is going. It is incredible how much, is going on with the landscapes, even volcanoes, I'm hearing. How is he doing so far?
Oh, he's really enjoying it. He loves his Zwift rides, and he's really happy to be doing it in this big group and seeing all the Canadian flags riding along with him. He's doing a great ride.
Yeah, it's amazing because we're seeing flags from Canada, but also United States and abroad. A lot of people have joined the Zwift ride today.
Yes, there's a lot of people on and staying with our group, so it's great to see.
How is it feeling when it's virtual this year and not in person? Are you feeling the spirit?
Yeah, we're still hyped up for it. We really enjoy it. We enjoyed all the years that we went to Toronto and did the ride up there. And this is our third year having it here in Newfoundland. A little bit different, but our organizing team is still on board and getting a lot of shout outs from our volunteers and all of our supporters.
That's awesome. Let's talk about that for a little bit. What got you involved in Cycle for Sight in the first place and bringing it to Newfoundland?
Well, Lawrence was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa when he was about 55, 56, and he retired at that time. And, it wasn't really a great diagnosis to get. So when we went to one of the Vision Quest meetings and spoke with some of the researchers and got some more information about Fighting Blindness Canada. We also learned about the Cycle for Sight, and that was a real boost for Lawrence. It became a real important goal for him to do a lot of training, and really excited to go to Toronto and do the ride. And then we did that for 5 years and made a family holiday out of it, and decided that the more involved he became with the cycling community and the visually impaired community here in Newfoundland, that we should bring the ride here, and it's been a big success, and we've really, really enjoyed it.
That's amazing. And you know, the story you're telling and how far it's gone for you and Lawrence, and just how big it's gotten in your family, this is how awesome it is, because this is an exact example of the Fighting Blindness Canada and the Cycle for Sight family.
For sure. It really is a family event for us. Lawrence's sons and their children, they always participate. And that's the reason why he does it, because he has 5 grown children, and we have twin boys together, and we'd like to know that there's going to be treatment for this if any of them are diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa.
Right, absolutely. The difference it makes to know that there's something going on in the research. Anything else that you want to say, Amy, to the hundreds of people who are participating across the country today and here virtually in support to Fighting Blindness Canada and Cycle for Sight?
Just that it's really great this year to be able to feel like we're part of a national event, to see all the names and be in touch with all the people from all across the country. It's really a good feeling in this weird year when everything is happening virtually. You really still get the feeling of a team event. So we're really enjoying it this year.
That's amazing to hear. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we got to check in with you guys. And Lawrence, enjoy your ride.
Give him a thumbs up. Right on.
All right, take care. We were talking to Lawrence and Amy, and we're checking in with them from Confection Harbor, Newfoundland, and that was really cool. A reminder from me to take pictures and tell us why you're cycling for sight on social media using the hashtag Cycle for Sight. Please remember to make your posts public as well, because you can still win the Spirit Award. That's up for grabs. We've had some really great posts that hopefully we'll be sharing with you in the next little bit after the second session of things. That's right. Your break time is almost over, so hope you had your sips of water and you're, drying off that sweat. Because up next in the program, you can select from the following: spin cycling with Mike Porter. And we're going to have another energizing indoor cycling class from St. John's, Newfoundland. That's what that is. We have cardio and yoga, and this is going to be And that's the button, cardio and yoga. And this is going to be a relaxing yoga session with Vivian Chong in Toronto. I know some of you are really looking forward to that one. And the Zwift ride continues. All those people who are doing the Zwift ride with Lowell Taylor out of Lethbridge, Alberta, keep on riding. We're watching you guys. We're cheering you on, and hope you're really, really breaking that sweat. Have fun in your next sessions, which are brought to you by our generous sponsor, Murphy Batista LP in BC. And I think that's it for now. Intermission over. We will see you at the end.
My name's Kevin Gourlay with Murphy Batista. We are very proud to be a sponsor once again of Cycle for Sight. Paralegal in our firm has a close family connection with the organization and has long been involved, and we are very proud to be associated once again with your efforts. We know this year presents special challenges, and we hope that it's a huge success once again and look forward to being a participant for years to come. Thank you.
Surprise, I'm back. We're going to actually check in with Lowell Taylor right now to see how he's doing. I've been hearing a little bit of what's going on with the Zwift ride, and am I pumped for you guys. Lowell, how are you?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
We just climbed a volcano, so that's pretty epic.
I got you, well, we cut you off with intermission right at the start of your volcano, and your descriptions, might I add, are amazing.
We call it described video.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you can ride along and see the sights for all of us who are visually impaired. I have just enough vision. I just see through the very center, which allows me to do this program where a lot of blind racers, they can't see the screen, so it makes it more difficult.
Absolutely. So other than the volcano, what other landscapes are you guys on today on your Zwift ride? And tell us how many kilometers.
Yeah, so great questions. We are riding from an area called the Fugo Flats, and that is quite flat. It's more like Phoenix and Arizona. Then we went through an underground tunnel, but it was underwater, so you could see fish and whales and submarines and bubbles. And then we climbed through a little city, and then we went through to the volcano, up and over, through, and now we're going down it. And then we're gonna ride around the Watopia world. There's a few different crisscrossing S-turns, another good climb. Beautiful scenery.
Wow, it sounds beautiful. And I just want to point out here that you are doing an amazing job while talking and riding. This is a hardcore skill.
Well, it's easier than trying to steer at the same time. So I'm glad that Zwift is doing that for me.
Okay, so give us some more information on how it works in terms of, intensities. Like, how are you guys controlling that stuff? Is it already built in or manual?
Yeah, so Zwift does a really good job of creating a system where we can ride together. So we are riding on a meetup, and I've selected a rubber band effect. So that means no matter how hard we pedal or how little you pedal, as long as you're pedaling, you stay with the group.
Oh, very nice. That's cool. And how many people in your group right now?
Well, we are riding on a map with a lot of other people around the world, and there are 4,600 people currently on this map. But in our group, for Cycle for Sight, we have about 20.
Oh, excellent.
That are sticking together.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you still have a bit of time to go, right? I think maybe you're a little less than halfway.
Yeah, we've set up for an hour and 40 minutes. We're going to stop at 11 Alberta Mountain Standard Time when the closing ceremonies ends. And right now we're at 29 kilometers. And so we're going to end up probably around 40 to 50 kilometers by the end of this.
Wow. Now, we know you've done a lot of riding in your life and a lot of working out and keeping active and things like that. How big is this point of support and riding with all these people on Zwift for Cycle for Sight? How is that going for you, and how does that feel?
It's just amazing. So we have community. I don't know the total number, but 500 people today, Cycle for Sight. All the supporters. Like, this is just really, it's an honor to be a part of, but also we know the importance of funding vision research, Fighting Blindness Canada, and just the importance of building community. We have a loneliness epidemic happening, and with COVID, social distancing, I like to say physical distancing with social cohesion, we need to still find ways to connect, to come together, to honor each other, and to support the marginalized, and support everybody who's just trying to keep fit, have some fun, live, work, and play together.
I love it, Lowell, honestly, and that's why we call these virtual events opportunities, because it is opportunity to build community, like you're saying. Thanks so much for checking in. We will stop talking with you for the time being. You continue on Zwift, and people can tune in. Thanks, Lowell.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I am Vivian Chong. I am your yoga instructor today for the accessible yoga portion of Cycle for Sight. Welcome. So this is an all-level class, so come as you are. You should have a yoga mat or a big towel underneath your feet. So take a minute to get ready. And this is an accessible class, meaning if you are fully sighted and if you want to try what is it like to do a yoga class without looking, this is your chance. So my class is audio described for each pose. So you get to enjoy listening without using your external eyes to look. So let's try this out. So from the top of your mat, you're gonna come in standing position, your big toes touching. From here, close your eyes and circle your head. Imagine you have a paintbrush on the tip of your nose and you're drawing little circle in front in space, circling your head, loosening up your neck. Now let's switch direction of this circle, drawing circle with the tip of your nose, rolling out your head, loosening up your neck. Slowly, return your head to center, and now open your eyes and look up to the ceiling. Without looking up with tilting your head, just your eyes look up. And then now look down without tilting your head. Look down with both eyes, and now look to your right. And now look to your left. This might be challenging for someone because we don't usually exercise our eyes. So let's go for it. One more time. Both eyeball looking up. Look down. Look to your right. To your left. And now can you give it a rotation with your eyeballs, both looking around the clock in a circular fashion. Very minimal movement. And switch direction. Both eyeballs looking to up and down into the side in a circle. And return them back to center. And now you're gonna move your right arm back. Just your right arm. And now can you add your left arm? You're gonna move it forward. As if your right arm's doing backstroke and your left arm doing forward stroke. See if you can get that going with your coordination. Or simply just meld your thoughts and go into your physicality. And now, see if you can switch. So now this time, your right arm is circling forward, doing a forward stroke. Your left arm is doing a backstroke. Warming up your shoulder blade. If you don't get it going in the first go, try it again. It's all for the fun. Exhale, releasing your arms down. And from here, with your big toes still touching, we're gonna launch into our sun salutation series. It's a simplified version, so let's learn it together. Inhale, can you bring your palms together in prayer pose? So hands to your heart, elbows go out to the side. And then stretch your fingertips up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, circle your arms down, fold forward. Inhale, place your hand to your shins, your back is parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle your arms up, look up. Exhale, glide your palms down at heart center. That's one. And let's go for two. Inhale, stretch your fingertips up. Exhale, circle your arms down, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your shins, back parallel to ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly circle your arms up and lift your torso up. Exhale, hands to your heart in prayer. Again, inhale, look up, stretch. Exhale, dive forward, fold. Inhale, back parallel to ground. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. I imagine you get this, so let's do it. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back parallel to floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms up one last time. Look up. Exhale, hands in prayer to your heart. Very good, everybody. And now loosen your arm by your side and step a tad wider so feet are hip width apart. Feet pointing to the front of your mat. And now place your left hand on your left hip. Lift your right fingertips up and you're gonna circle it up and over, coming to a side bend to your left. You have 2 more breaths here, side bending to your left. Imagine your right lung is stacking on top of your left. Inhale, circle your right arm up and place your right hand on top of your right hip. And now lift your left fingers and your palms up over your head and circle it out and side bend to your right. Holding the pose but not your breath. Inhale, come on up. And now step your right foot back. Big step. Coming back with just your right foot. So both hips facing forward. Both legs are straight. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold down to your left leg. Coming to a forward fold, relaxing your torso and your head down to your left leg. You have 2 more breaths here. Inhale, with the help of your hand pushing the mat and gently lift your torso and your head back up. From here, take a gigantic step forward with your right foot. So feet are parallel again, hip width apart, and let's switch side. Take a big step back with your left foot. Trust yourself, step back, and make sure both hips still facing forward. And now, folding from your hip crease, forward fold, down to your right leg. Relaxing your torso and your head. Place your palms on the mat on either side of your right foot. Your legs are straight. Inhale, slowly lift your torso and head up. And now take a big step forward one more time with your left foot. And then from here, we're going to use the long side of your mat. So face left side of your mat and open your feet and your stand wide as the length of one of your legs. And now all 10 toes facing the left side using the length of your mat. And now pivot on your right hip, right heel, point your right toes to your right. With your big stand, legs straight, right toes pointing to your right. Now place your focus on your arms. Spread your arms wide as if you place your arms on a countertop. Palms down. And now glide your right fingertips to your right, reaching for an imaginary apple. When you couldn't reach anymore, drop your right hand down on your shin. Flow your left hand up. Look up to the ceiling. So both arms are straight, legs are straight. Imagine you're being sandwiched between two planes of glass. Your body is linear. You are in triangle pose. 2 more breaths, everyone. You might feel a little shaky, it's okay. Finding your optimal, not pushing to the maximum. Do what you can. Inhale, circle your left arm up. And now pivot your right toe back to the original placement. And now place your focus on your left foot, pivot on your left heel and point your left toe to your left. Open your arms wide, palms down. Same idea. On this side, glide your left hand on the countertop. When you can't reach anymore, drop your left hand on your left shin. Flow your right fingertips and your right arm up. Your right arm is the sail of a boat in triangle pose. Your eyes look up to the ceiling. 3 more breaths, everyone. Inhale, circle your arms up. And now feet back to parallel. Inhale, find your fingers behind you. So you're still in a wide-legged stand. Interlace your hands, your fingers, and see if you can flow your arms up behind you with your fingers bind together. So point your knuckles gently up and away from your hips, opening out your chest. Breathe into the front of your lungs. And if you can go any deeper, from here, with the wide-legged stand, you're going to fold forward, releasing and relaxing your torso down. And your knuckles and your arms are floating up, pointing to the ceiling. Your head is hanging, relaxing. Your stand is firm. Last breath. Next inhale, using your arms as leverage. Lift your torso and your head up one more time, releasing your hand grip. Now zigzag your feet heel toe to close your stand. And then from here, face the top of your mat again. So find the front of your mat. And slowly tuck your chin in, like giving yourself a double chin. And gently roll down your spine. Your head, body, your torso is heavy and let it drip to melt forward. When you touch the ground in front of you with your hand, slowly bend both knees and roll yourself back up one last time. Savoring the sensation. Return your head. You arrive at the top and tuck your chin in one more time. Roll yourself down. When your hand touch the mat, you're gonna gently place your hand down around your feet. And now, one foot at a time, you're gonna walk backward with your foot. So, left foot, right foot, left foot. And keep lifting your hip up to the sky. And then, your goal is to maintain your hip up in the sky and your palms down, your feet on the ground, your legs straight. And when you reach your certain point, you look like a triangle. If someone look at your profile and you are in downward facing dog, keep lifting your hip up, relaxing your neck and your head between your arms. Legs and arms are straight and with strength. A last breath, holding downward dog. And if you have more in you, you want to explore the sensation on downward dog, try lifting your right leg off the mat and point your right foot backward in space. Stretch, give it a big expression in the sky, three-legged dog. From here, try folding your right knee. So open your right hip out to the side. Breathing into a three-legged dog. Inhale, unbend your right knee, lower your right leg. Take one breath, still holding downward dog, and switch. Next inhale, lift your right leg up, your right foot up, your left foot up and back in space. Extend your leg. Now gently fold your left knee in space. Rotate your left hip out to your left side, exploring the sensation, being expressive in an upside down way. Very good. Now, still in three-legged dog, extend your left leg and gently exhale, lower your left leg down. From here, everybody, land your knees on the mat. You did great. Your big toes will meet and open your knee. Your left knee a tad wider, so then your left knee and right knee might touch the outside edge of your mat or the inside edge. And keep your hands, your palms forward and land your forehead between your arms. Lower your hips down on your heel. If your hips are really high up today, it's okay. So let each exhale to melt your torso a tad lower so your hips further open with time. In child pose, fingertips pointing forward, forehead on the mat. Three more breaths here. Inhale at your own pace. Long exhale. One last breath. Inhale. Long exhale. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Anybody, any bad thoughts, Anything weighed you down, let it go. Inhale, prop your torso and your head back up and come to a sitting position and take your legs out front in front. So you're sitting on your hip bones, legs outstretched in front of you. Inhale with your legs straight, sitting on your sit bone, lift your fingertips up. Exhale, you're going to fold forward in this sitting position. See if you can reach your big toes. If not, your ankle or your shins. Back is straight. You have 3 more breaths here. Inhale, breathe your face, your torso up. From here, bend your right knee. Place the bottom of your right foot, cross it over your left leg to place it on the mat on the outside of your left leg. And now, hug your right shin closer to your torso. And now, listen up. Hook your right shin with your left elbow. So it's like hugging your right leg in with like a baby. With your left elbow hooking on your right shin, place your right hand behind your right hip. And now gently rotate your torso to your right. Your head is the last thing to rotate. Look over your right shoulder. Make sure before you twist, your torso is upright. Exhale, de-rotate your torso, uncross your right foot, and bend your right knee. So right leg straight, and let's switch side. So now bend your left knee, the bottom of your left foot on the mat, and now cross the bottom of your left foot over your right leg. Place it on the outside of your right leg on the mat. And now hugging close with your left shin, and with your right elbow, you're gonna hook to your left shin. First, set up the foundation. Hug your left leg in. With your torso straight, place your left hand behind your left hip and start rotating from the base of your spine. Rotating so then your head is the last thing to do, rotate on to your left. Looking over your left shoulder. Spinal twist is very detoxifying for your internal organs. Exhale, de-rotate your torso, unbend your left leg, let it be straight, and make sure you have space behind you, behind your hips. Scoot yourself forward if needed, and now using your core muscle, which is around your belly button, you're going to lower yourself down on the mat, but very small increment at a time, starting from your tail, your lower back, your arms behind you, just besides you relaxing, using the strength of your core, lower your spine down one piece at a time. Your head is the last thing to land on the mat. And then from here, your legs together, just lift up your right leg to the ceiling. Curl your right toes to your face. Hold on to your right leg with both hands. You're going to stretch the hamstring that work hard for you. Point your right toes and flex your right foot. Couple more times. Point, flex, and hold. Exhale, releasing your hand grip. Lower your right leg. And let's do the other side. Left leg up to the ceiling. Left leg straight. Hold on tight with your hands wrapped around it. You can interlace your fingers. Curl your left toes towards your face. And now point your left toes to the ceiling and flex your left foot. Couple more times. Point, flex, point, flex. Exhale, releasing hand grip. Lower your left leg. From here, take one deep breath. And now bend your left knee, bottom of the left foot on the mat. Stack your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your right foot. That's to protect your right knee. Inhale, see if you can lift up the structure of looking like a number 4 with your leg. Wrap your hands around your left thigh. Give it a good stretch on your quad and your thigh, opening up your right hip. One more breath. Exhale, lower your left foot down. Unstack your right ankle. Place your right foot back on the mat with right knee bend. And now stack your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Flex your left foot. Inhale, lift up this number 4 structure that you make with your legs. Wrap your hands around your right thigh. And simply be here. Relax in this stretch. Left foot is flexed to protect your left knee. Very good, everyone. Lower your right foot down, unstack of your left foot. Now extend both legs. Stretch out your legs and your arms. So legs are apart, your arms away from your torso, your palms up. And now big toes point together and big toes go away. Just rotating your leg inside the hip socket, loosening it up one last time and let it just loosen up. And return to relaxation, the cross pose. While you're doing nothing, but you're doing everything. Taking in the benefits we did in the class today. Absorbing everything and releasing any toxin or thought doesn't serve you. Melting on your mat. Inhale. Breathe into your front body. Exhale. Let exhale out your back body. Inhale, breathing in all the nutrients in the air. Exhale, melting yourself, relaxing your muscles around your bones. Few more deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One last time. Long exhale. And now slowly turn to your side. Push up with your hands. Come on up to sitting position. And with your legs crossed, you're sitting on your sit bone. You're gonna place your hands together in prayer pose, elbow go out to the side, and we're going to chant Om together for unity. Inhale, breathe in deeply, exhale, sound it out. Om. And thank you for coming to our yoga class today. My name is Vivian Chong. Thank you for attending Foundation's Fighting Blindness Cycle for Sight events. If you want to get in touch with me, I am on Facebook under Vivian Chong, and I teach accessible yoga class with CNIB in Toronto. You can come and register with us. And I teach on Monday and Friday every week. And also, I am an author. My book, Dancing After 10, which documents my vision loss and my journey overcoming blindness. And it's out. This graphic novel is out on Amazon and Indigo. So check it out. And I hope to see you next year at Cycle for Sight. Bye.
Hi there. I hope that you're feeling nice and relaxed after that lovely yoga session. The closing ceremonies will begin shortly, but in the meantime, we're going to connect you with the Zwift ride that's happening live right now, led by Lowell Taylor, so you can watch along. I'll see you at the closing ceremonies in a few minutes.
Riding the strong riders, they just naturally go faster, and people want to go slower. So it's nice to have the option. I see a new video pop up. Who do we have here?
Yeah, it's Philip here, and I think also having the video and audio, being able to talk to each other makes a big difference. It's a lot of fun, and you can switch off the video if you want, but I like it. It's much more fun. It's easier than typing.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of this meetup today, Philip?
So what's that?
What did you think about your Cycle for Sight ride today?
Well, it's certainly different than the one we usually do here, but it's great. I was disappointed that it had to be canceled, that the real one had to be canceled, and then, but when I heard about this, I thought, oh, this is brilliant. And, maybe make this part of the Cycle for Sight every year, even if we get back to on the road again. I don't see why we can't do this every year as well, maybe even just the training ride. So I think it's a super thing to do, and really appreciate everybody, yourself and others who've been involved in setting this up. I know a lot of logistics. Even for me, I have 3 devices going here. I've got my computer for my main screen. I've got my dashboard with my text on my iPad, and then I'm using my phone for the audio video. And that took me about 10 minutes to get set up.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that this event should be sponsored by Apple, because we have 7 Apple devices between the 2 of us going right now.
It looks like a Best Buy in here right now. We have 2 iPads, 2 laptops, 2 big screens, and 2 phones. So
and my watch.
And 2 watches all going for today. So lots of technology to make this happen. Plus smart trainers and bikes. And,
Not that that's
a lot of electricity being used.
Yeah, it's too bad we can't power ourselves with our own watts.
Yeah.
One thing to consider is setting up a Cycle for Sight group that can meet up over the years. That might be on Zwift, and it might be fun to do that as well.
That's a great idea. The first year we did Cycle for Sight, it was Toronto to Collingwood, and it just poured like crazy. I mean, at every rest stop, we'd empty out our shoes and get back on the bike. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Lowell and I planned to do Cycle for Sight tandem in 2018, but it snowed the night before, and I did not feel confident piloting that tandem road bike in those conditions. But this would have been nice.
Well, as we were approaching Collingwood, I told everyone that there were no dirt roads on the route, but they made a liar out of me because they dug up a beautiful asphalt road to repave it, and it was just a total mud bath. And the people at the rest stop somehow managed to get us hot towels that were waiting for us at the stop, and we got most of the mud off and carried on into Collingwood.
Are you making a sprint in 2 minutes there, Lowell?
Yeah, at the 5 minute to go mark. In a minute and a half, we're gonna do a 30-second sprint. It's just our last thing to do. Then we'll have 4.5 minutes cool down. So everything you have left in the tank, try to hit your max watts for today. We're going in a minute and 20 seconds. I'll count it down.
Okay, good.
That'll be about when we get to the climb here, the little climb. Perfect.
How long to sprint, Lowell?
We're only going to do a 30-second sprint.
This time we're doing a slant.
All right.
Not a sprint or a sprint, but a slant.
My autocorrect doesn't want to sprint today.
What language is that?
I don't know.
Cycling language. Exhaustion language.
Zwiftingese.
All right, 25 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Go, go, go. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo. Oh, boy.
Good work, everybody.
Oh, awesome. Good.
So, there's no leaderboard, but hey, everybody came in first.
That's right. Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Got a breath.
Catch my breath.
Go for it, Lowell. Go for it.
Okay, everybody. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for, can't speak, for sponsoring us as we suffer out here. Thanks for sponsoring us. Go online, cycleforsight.ca, and join us again next year for Cycle for Sight 2021. Woo! Thank you, everybody. Good effort.
Yeah,
Make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned for the live stream as well for the closing ceremonies. Thanks, Sarah, Dave, Philip,
fantastic,
Nico. Thanks.
Lowell Taylor and the gang doing it really hard with the Zwift ride. And my goodness, even if you tuned in for an hour, half an hour, 2 minutes, you could tell that they were doing incredibly well, working up a sweat. And all of you guys, welcome back. Hope you're feeling amazing after your first session and your second session. It's definitely getting sweaty in here, and it's not just the bright lights. Have that sip of water, take that well-deserved breather, and pat yourselves on the back because you did amazing. And thank you so much for your continued support for Fighting Blindness Canada and the important vision research that FBC funds. Please show some love by continuing to donate and press on that green button to donate some more. You can click that button or you can visit donate.cycleforsight.ca. There are so many returning riders each year, and welcome to the community for the new riders as well. But we want to hear take the time now to hear some of the shout outs that we've had on social media from the C2020 Innovation Hub. Heather has already biked from Hamilton to Brampton. If you know Ontario, that's a huge ride. Wellness First _net said they were walking 10 kilometers today. Shout outs to you. And Morrison is cycling on a surf bike in the lake. That sounds beautiful. You know the weather's getting nice. Isabel _Woodwin spinning indoors with Mike Porter. That was during the first and or second session. And Laura Lee cycling for her grandma / mom, aunts, uncles, and cousins affected by retinal diseases. She's also cycling for her patients with various forms of vision loss and blindness. So thank you to you. Karen Stiefeneffer loved the yoga class, feeling great after that. Of course you would. It's mindful and bodyful. Vinetopia was out riding on a beautiful day. If you're still out there, be safe and have fun. Dylan Wyvick sporting the same jersey he wore in Cycle for Sight 2013. Very nice. Muskoka _dogs riding 100 kilometers today with the Crankers team. And the Crankers team's doing amazing as well. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for participating and for shouting out Cycle for Sight on your social media with the hashtag Cycle for Sight. I really appreciate it. More people to shout out before we get going. Who've raised over $2,500. Warren Anson, Caroline Anson, Mary Ashbourne Smith, Stephen Blanchard, Andrew Burke, Tom Kasich, Jerry Chevalier, Warren Cooney, Ellen Donater, John Doherty, Ginny Duff, Christina Henderson, Bert Henderson, Susan Joe, Peter Kurtz, Maria Lapointe, Ann Morrison, Leah Moscone, Alexis Nickerson, and Jim Phillips. Thank you, all of you guys, and let's make some noise. That's right. You've raised $2,500 or more. Thank you so much. Let's go through the current top 5 fundraisers, looking at the last 2 hours or so. Ann Morrison with $23,620. Christina Henderson with $20,905. Bert Henderson with $14,110. Ginny Duff with $12,432. Stephen Blanchard with $10,589. Let's give them a shout out. And the current top 5 teams at the moment are Hondo's Heroes with $46,410, the Crankers with $42,889, Anson and Then Some with $18,577 from their team, Team Bear with $16,025, and the Kasich Crew with $11,705. With the help of every single one of you today, we have raised an incredible $343,684. I think I said that wrong. It's $344,684.63. Give it up for everybody. That is remarkable and a true testament. There you go, the horns and all. You deserve it. And we appreciate you. It's remarkable and a true testament to the dedication of our Cycle for Sight family. Every one of you has helped us today to make the impact so big and so real for people living with blinding eye conditions. And it's been, you know, we said it a few times, it's been a strange and kind of challenging year for a lot of people, but in a lot of communities and a lot of fundraising as well. But the Cycle for Sight community has really stepped up in such a huge way against in the fight against vision loss. So we appreciate you. We had over 500 participants registered this year, and today we had lots of fun moving together, hearing from Paralympians and supporters from St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way to Vancouver, BC, from coast to coast to coast. Thank you so much for cycling, for walking, for running, stair climbing, doing yoga, paddleboarding. The list goes on in support of people who live with blinding eye diseases, and you guys did amazing just being here. We're grateful to everyone who supported vision research and the mission of Fighting Blindness Canada, and in keeping that friendly competition alive. I just want to let you know that there's still time to get donations in and give the top fundraisers a run or a cycle or yoga for their money. So keep doing it. And the official fundraising awards will be announced on Monday. So keep an eye or ear on your inbox. And if you can, please continue to encourage your family and friends and your networks for donations to support Fighting Blindness Canada. By clicking on that green donate button, we keep moving vision research forward, and that's what we want. A huge thank you to the people who made this event possible for us today. We could not have done this without our amazing instructors, Mike Porter, Marla Ericksen, Lowell Taylor, Vivian, Chong. You guys are what kept us moving today and motivated us to keep pushing and keep encouraging us. Thank you so much, and thanks for donating your time and giving us those fun activities to do together. A huge thank you to Bear Murphy Batista LLP, Cal Tire, the Oppenheimer Group, and the rest of our very generous sponsors for making this day and this virtual experience possible. And finally, thanks to you who set some time aside to tune in today, to take part in some really great physical activities and help raise critical funds for Fighting Blindness Canada. We appreciate you, and your help is funding a ton of research, tons of research, and researchers who are creating a brighter future for Canadians living with vision loss and blindness. You made a significant difference today, and we are thankful to each and every one of you. I'm Ramya Amuthan on behalf of Fighting Blindness Canada. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend, and thank you for spending your Saturday morning and early afternoon at Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020.
I want to thank you for participating and raising much-needed funds to find treatments and cures for blinding eye diseases.
Thank you for participating and helping to raise much-needed funds for treatments and cures for blinding eye diseases.
I want to personally thank you for participating and raising the much-needed funds for cures and treatments for blinding eye diseases.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for participating and supporting.